Hey everyone, Pupsker here. If you haven't noticed, there is a full schedule for a Void Corruption weekend alerts thing going on right now in Warframe, as well as Grendel Prime access ending soon. Oh, did they actually say what day? Nope, not at all. But they will be talking about Gauss Prime next week in Warframe. So stay tuned for that, and then we'll get the Gauss Prime release date. But more importantly, right, we now have in-game corrupted mod alerts, which to be fair are very minimal for any end game or later game player because you've probably farmed up these corrupted mods, you know, a handful of times. And as you can see here, this one is plus 60% ability efficiency, minus 60% ability duration if you're going for fleeting expertise. But every other week, there will be even more. So starting off this week, the alerts for fleeting expertise, right? But there's about, I think, 5 weeks in total. I'll just close out all of these. Week 1, we have the one we have right now, right? 10 round defense, fleeting expertise. It's a good way to get corrupted mods if you don't want to do the full farm and rely on RNG. So if you do not have these mods, farm them every week at the alert. Week 1, weekend 1, fleeting expertise and 30,000 credits, right? Week 2, weekend 2, blind rage and 30,000 credits. Looks like that one's a mobile defense, so it'll be a lot faster, probably. And then week 3, we have Annie survival 10 minutes, and for that you get narrow-minded. Weekend 4, January 26th, we have overextended. Oh, nice, get some range on everybody. And again, 30,000 credits. And then I think the last one, February 2nd, yeah, it is the Oxmako Exterminate Transient Fortitude plus Stratos Emblem. Remember, Tenno, corrupted mods are rare and only available by unlocking Orokin Vaults on Deimos. This is great and a convenient way to power up your arsenal as we look forward to 2024 and a brand new year for Warframe. Yeah! And then each weekend, next 5 weeks, pretty much normal stuff there. So as they said, corrupted mods are annoying RNG farms that you can do on Deimos. Each general Deimos mission has a 100% chance to spawn a corrupted Orokin Vault corrupted mod thing, like an Orokin Vault for a corrupted mod. The issue is there's like 10 to 15 maybe corrupted mods in the game, which means you're battling RNG between an average drop rate of equal drop rates between all 15 corrupted mods. So it's just better and more convenient for everyone, if you haven't farmed it yet, to farm these up in here. If we want to take a look, I'll go to config C. We have fleeting expertise, we already know, is plus efficiency minus duration, which is like not super useful unless you're doing more specific builds where you don't need duration, but you do need efficiency, right? So no timers, only active casting. I don't use a ton of fleeting expertise, but depending on what you like to play, you might, right? Next we have blind rage, which is good for a lot of things because it gives insane ability strength, but it gives minus ability efficiency. So it's definitely better for less spammy ability builds, but it's still a mod everyone should try to have at least once. After that, with narrow-minded, this is probably one I tend to use a little more. It is increased ability duration, but minus ability range. Really good with buffs, right? If you're just playing a Warframe that's self or team buffs, it is very useful because you just have an insanely doubled ability duration, so your buffs just last forever. So 10 out of 10, narrow-minded is great, depending on what you're looking for. And duration can also be pseudo-efficiency for channeled mods, so it's also, or channeled abilities, so, you know, it has a couple good uses. Next up, we have Overextended, which is amazing. Okay, it is 90% range, but minus 60% ability strength, which is really the big pain in the ass, is the minus 60% ability strength. So you'll maybe like Overextended, depending on what Warframe you're playing, but you might not like it because you don't want such a big decrease to strength, at least depending on what you're playing. Again, I don't like using Overextended a ton because I don't play a lot of really high range type Warframes, and when I do, I generally tend to just not throw on Overextended and just ignore it and throw on Augur Reach and like Reach in general, stuff like that. So Yeah, but it is insane if you're going for a proper long-range build, of course. It's just not my play style. Lastly, we have Transient Fortitude, which is a little nicer because it's a little less aggressive, right? You have 55% ability strength, so it's kind of like Blind Rage, but minus 27.5 ability duration. So it's like a weaker, different Blind Rage. You don't get such a big increase, but you also don't get such a big decrease, right? Corrupted mods are good, but they're not something you want to always use because of that general increase-decrease. The only maximum, I guess, increase is about, is it 30%? No, it's like 27.5% increase ability strength. Because, you know, half of 55 is 27.5. Yeah. So it's just annoying. Corrupted mods are really good if you're going to do specific builds or if you're going more for one specific stat, but they're bad for just all around YOLO building, right? Because out of this, you still only gain 27.5 extra bonus stat, taking into account like the minus, right? Anyways, it's really good. They're really good, and you should probably farm them up. And if you have builds that use them well, go for it. But I wouldn't recommend throwing them on just everybody because the drawbacks can kind of suck. So yeah, let me know what you think. Go farm those up. Sub like Epic Games creator code Pupsker. Yeah, we got all that. So thank you. I appreciate it. Cheers, cheers.